Welcome to the 90s channel, shattering the limits of conventional TV 24 hours a day on this cable channel. The 90s channel brings you people, places, and ideas you won't normally see on TV. It might make you mad, and it might make you think, what a concept on TV. Another difference you might notice is the program repeats. As one 90s viewer observed,
how many people does it take to put in one tape, play it, rewind it, play it, rewind it, play it, rewind it, play it, rewind it, play it, rewind it.
The 90s channel carries up to 2 hours of programming each week. The reason for this is purely economic. So if you get tired of the repeats, turn it off. But tune in again next week because something new and exciting will be on.
And again, my thanks, my congratulations to Governor Clinton, to his running mate, Senator Gore, and special thanks to each and every one of you. Many of you have been my side in every single political battle. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you very, very much.
You're going to talk to the new president?
Am I going to talk to the new president? You don't want to play the no smiling game, huh? Well, neither do I. But, you know, hi, Clinton. I just want to say that you better take your job serious because there's a lot of children looking to you for leadership. Actually, I figure you will. In fact, I figure you probably did inhale and that you're actually one of us. I am your new presidential candidate for 1996. My name is Mr. Oh No. I'm doing a tune for you. I want you to understand this from the male perspective. The name of this tune is Man in the Moon. Now, I have to take off my mustache, my disguise now, because I can't think.
That's what happens with mustaches.
Hats are very heavy. That's okay. I wrote this tune after I watched the Republican National Convention where a number of people were saying things that were sort of against gays, and then they went on to knocking women's rights and spent a little time talking about family values, and then the most splendiferous moment was when the audience booed when we talked about the environment, and it knocked me out. Name of this tune is The Man and the Moon. I am a repressed, depressed, oppressed agitator, yeah. I'm kind of upset at the state of the world lately. Proud to be aggressively feminine, born in a world dominated by men. Paraded, sedated, don't riot, keep quiet. Hey, 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 yeah. Tell me, how would it feel to be born a boy, living in a world dominated by woman? How would it feel to be born a boy? How would it feel if there were women on the pennies, women on the dollars, women on Mount Rushmore, women in the altars, Our Lady up in heaven, hallowed be her name. Her will be done, her will be done. Oh, oh, oh. Women in the Senate, women in the Congress, women for president, female armed forces, women filling history books and board of directors, women in the high courts, men in battered shelters, men paid 60 cents for every woman's dollar. How would it feel? How would it feel? Well, it feels a low down, so down, run out of town lately, yeah. Like the powers that be keep trying to chase ladies away. Get back in the home, know your place, have that baby family values, toilets and Christmas cards. Raped, clitorized, feet bound in lies. Hey, 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 oh yeah. Hey, 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 hey. Now, if the Bill of Rights for all was truly our foundation, if girls were taught assertiveness and boys allowed their feelings, if girls were offered self-esteem and boys allowed to nurture, would this affect the politics? Would this affect the future? Would this affect the future? So please don't turn your back like something's gonna hurt you. If change really is at hand, then patience is the virtue. Then patience is the virtue. So calm down, baby, don't piss and moan. You know that you will be happy when I get home, yeah. A happy woman and a satisfied soul is a generous lover, hot burning coal. Oh, calm down, baby, don't piss and moan. You know that you will be happy when I get home. Well, a happy woman and a satisfied soul is a generous lover, hot burning coal. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I am a repressed, depressed, oppressed agitator, yeah. I'm kinda upset at the state of the world lately. Proud to be aggressively feminine, born in a world dominated by men. But little denied, veiled like the night, locked up in time. You know the loss is a crime. Ascend to the heights, claim your birthright. Yeah, yeah. Today, yeah, oh yeah. Today, hey, yeah, 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 yo!
Where is it?
You want to inhale?
Never, ever.
Did you organize people to stop the war in Vietnam?
No.
Were you born yet? I don't think
wasn't.
so.
I was born, but...
Are you jealous?
Oh, I am. Fess up.
So what did you want to say?
Hi, Mom. Hi, Mom.
That's so redundant.
Let me tell you this.
So redundant.
12 long years of fundraising finally paid off, baby. Clinton, baby. Woo! That's all I wanted to say. Thank you very much. All right.
I've been here 10 or 15 times protesting against Bush and Reagan for their foreign policy, the terrible things they've done around the country, around the world in this country. I'm here just to celebrate they're gone. I don't care who comes, they're gone. That's the number one thing.
How many minutes do you get on a tape? I only
only got a 30-minute tape here because I don't anticipate anything going on.
Yeah. What do you do with the tape once you get it?
Just record the activity, and in case there's anything comes up, whether it's civil disputes or whatever, we have a record of what happened, and so just video tape. It's just there for in case anybody has to question what went on.
How long do you keep the tapes for?
Definitely, we keep them with a record.
So we could come in and borrow them and play them on TV?
You can come in and request a copy of it to our record section and see about getting a copy. I mean, I can't release it. Go through the record section. It's freedom of information.
You log it in and everything, huh?
Well, what you do is you indicate.
When you shoot it, how do you?
We do a report. It's everything. All the information that's done tonight will be under a certain report.
What's the report called? Is it
just the incident report? Yeah, the case number. Yeah.
What's the case number?
I don't know what it's going to be. I mean, I just came out here now. I assume they probably haven't taken a number yet.
Right. But what kind of form is it filled out on?
It's just it's an incident. Incident report.
Incident report. Yeah. That's it. Do you do that primary? Is that your main job?
It's part of photography. Yeah, I'm part of photography and crime scene. I do. It's a little catch-all.
So have you used the Hi-8?
No. Well, this all we got here is this one here is regular and super VHS.
Super VHS. Yeah. Would you shoot in any other formats?
Not video. We don't. That's all we got.
Yeah. Okay. Well, thanks for the interview.
Come back here, miss. I'm asking you. Drop that ball on the tire.
For Tipper and me and our 4 children, this has been an extraordinary journey. I want to, first of all, thank Bill and Hillary and Chelsea.
What time did the party end?
When did Clinton get his 270 electoral votes?
What time was that?
Around 10:30, 11.
Were people really disappointed, or how did they take it?
Shock, I guess.
They didn't believe it, huh?
It's hard to believe. It's hard to believe. It's like you don't expect someone, the incumbent, not to be reelected. And the last one we saw like that was Jimmy Carter. And he expected to be reelected. I mean, you look at the 80 election. Whoever thought Reagan would win? Everybody thought, oh, that B-rated actor, that SOB would never make it in the office at all. Carter had the incumbent, and they thought, hey, he's going to win. There's no guarantees.
So now, how does your life change after this?
Well, I want to move to Mexico and work for Zenith now. Because up here, there ain't going to be no jobs at Slick Willie.
So you've been working for Zenith in...
No. I just say that as a joke, as by the only jobs will be in Mexico and Canada now, because most U.S. firms are going that way because of, it's cheaper to do their employees.
So you think Clinton will encourage that migration?
I think if you see the national debt now, it will probably quadruple in the next 4 years. Maybe we might get lucky. He might get impeached. I know it's a hard way to look at it, but...
For what? What do you think his big transgression will be?
That he inhaled. Okay, well...
Maybe he'll make that mandatory.
Well, maybe... Well, actually, if he brought the multiple wife theory, that'd be cool. Jennifer Flowers did tap upon that multiple wife theory.
Right.
Hey, look at Henry VIII.
Right.
He didn't like a wife. Off their heads. Anne Boleyn showed that one quickly.
Do you think those are 2 impeachable things, inhaling and...
No.
Infidelity?
Well, it shows, if he's going to cheat on his wife, what will he do in his own country?
He might cheat on them, right? Give something to who's our enemy now? Give arms to Iraqi.
It's not just
arms to Iraq.
But it's not just Iraq. You have to understand the whole world. I mean, what country are you from?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm from this country, I think.
But look at all the press. Look at all the presses in town. Uruguayans, Bolivians, everybody is looking toward the United States right now. And we're in everybody's eyes right now. And basically our honor has been slashed overnight. And from a superpower to all of a sudden chump change in everybody's eyes, it's kind of a big step. If you know what I mean, it's a step backwards. It's just like...
So how's your life going to change?
Increase the taxes.
No, I mean, you know, are you going to have a different job? Are you unemployed now?
I'm television production like yourself. So I can only hope it gets better.
What did you produce for?
No comment.
No, now it's over. You can comment.
Well, I had the job still, but I mean, I work for a local school system.
I see. Okay, well, good luck to you.
Thank you very much.
What's your name? Where are you from?
Glad to, well, what press are you with?
With TV, television.
Oh, PBS, huh? What the hell, Gene McWee. And I'm sorry, what was the other question?
And where are you from?
Bethesda, Maryland.
Okay, Gene, thanks very much.
Thank you much. You have a good evening.
You too.
It's a sad day for America. Mr. Ozone Man is our VP. That's okay. My words are strength through defeat.
What is it?
It's always the principle of inversion. Strength through defeat.
What's your future like now?
My future's fine. My future's secure.
What will you do?
Well, I beg your pardon. Okay, we have to go. We'll have to work toward 96.
The funny thing is that a piece of cardboard makes all the difference in a person's perception. Because I'm a Democrat, yet if I hold up a Bush sign or a Bush coil sign 92, I'm accepted as part of the group. People don't ask me about what my personal perceptions are or what my beliefs are. All I have to do is hold up a Bush sign or hold up something I find on the floor, and they believe I'm part of the group and part of the establishment. And it's really interesting because I can go out here and listen to people and hear what they say, yet I'm in a different group. I have a different attitude. But if they see this, it's okay. It's like a laissez-faire kind of thing where, hey, you have a Bush sign, you're okay. Why am I doing it? Because I'm really interested in the political party and the political process. And I live in California, and people in California tend to be pretty laid back and not real active in the political process. Yet I'm here in Washington, D.C., and on Election Day, and I think it's a really exciting place to be. People are really involved, and I can take a Bush sign and go anywhere I want. I can go into all the parties, I can go into all the receptions, and they think I'm one of the group, and I can listen to what they're saying. What have I learned? That people are really committed to the political process. Whether we believe it or not, Americans are committed to it, be it Republican or Democrat. They're committed.
Captains of industry, where is your heart? And can decide who will live no more. Are you looking for a piece of the prophet? Or will you be a prophetess of peace? Are you looking for a piece of the prophet? Or will you be a prophet of peace? And the day is dawning, and your heart is yours. You reach up for the light. Come on, fire burning, yeah. Come on, fire burning, burning. What is it that you're yearning for? What is it that you're seeking? What is it that you're teaching? What is it that you're teaching? What is it that you're teaching? Is it that you're seeking, seeking? Captains of industry, where is your heart? And can you tell me what you're seeking? And when you lay your grandchildren in bed, now tell me, will you rest easy while they're sleeping? Tell me, will you rest easy while they're sleeping? Will you rest easy?
Were you guys dancing? I didn't even notice. What are you doing? I think the tune was appreciated.
Hey, he's got my vote. Yeah, Dorothy Parker was the one that was, she wrote an article about breaking her nails, I remember.
Yeah.
She broke her nails. It was
I
the most
remember,
tragic thing that ever happened to her.
What, breaking the I always remember about her is
It's a strange
that,
short story. No, is it just...
that one day she's at some social gathering and a man goes up to her and he says, "Why, hello, Dorothy, how are you?" And apparently she didn't recognize him. And so he says, "What, you don't remember me?" "Why, Jesus, we were in bed together last week." And she says, "Since when does that constitute an introduction?" That's good,
Did she
isn't
really
it?
say that?
Well, yeah, that's what they say.
Oh, I'll have to remember that one.
Yeah, it is a good one.
That is good.
Pretty smart, if you ask me.
I think it's great. You think it's smart? Oh my God.
On the other hand, she wasn't as witty as they make her out to be. She was really a shy woman, I understand.
Really?
That's what I hear.
You never met her?
Huh?
You never met her?
I never met her, no. I didn't travel in that set. I never was at the Algonquin.
Oh.
I never even went there for a drink. You know what I mean? I would love to have stayed there.
But you couldn't afford it?
No, I couldn't afford it. What the hell was my hotel?
Across the street?
Yeah. No. I had good people staying at my hotel, like Sherwood Anderson and John Despassos.
That's not bad.
No, I know it. I know it.
Was it a big hotel?
The Royalton. That's what it was, the Royalton.
Does it still exist?
No, it wasn't a great big hotel.
I never even heard of it.
And you know what was at the corner, or used to be at the corner, they tore it down, was the Hippodrome. Did you ever hear of the Hippodrome?
I've heard of it, but I
You
don't
never would know.
Just recount that story again, Henry, about throwing your books overboard when you came.
Tell it again?
Yeah. We didn't get it on the tape.
I see.
It's a funny story.
Well, I guess. When I was coming back from France, coming back to America, I tried to bring back some of my own books, naturally. I must have had about 6 of them. And as I got nearer and nearer to New York City, to the port, I got more and more cold feet. They may put me in prison. Do you see? They may do anything. I didn't know what. So I go to the board rail and I throw them all overboard, which hurt me very much to do, you know.
Really?
But there wasn't anything else I could do.
When was that?
I think that's about, what year could that? That could be, say, about 1940.
That's when you came back to this country?
Yeah.
And the next book was The Air-Conditioned Nightmare, wasn't it?
Yes, when I landed here in America. The first book that I did, I went around the country. No, before that, there was The Cosmological Eye.
Oh, yeah.
Which was really based on another book. He changed the title, the publisher. It was Max and the White Phagocytes.
Right. That's right.
And he made it The Cosmological Eye. I was furious. That's another funny story. I'm talking now about the owner of New Directions, who was a millionaire's son, James Laughlin Jr., steel magnate's son. Had loads of money, and he had this publishing house called New Directions. And I always got a bad deal from him. He was always too cautious, too conservative, and too penurious, you know. Never gave me enough money, never treated me decently. And so one day I got very angry, and I wrote him a letter, and I said, look, I don't care if I never publish another book, if I can't ever find another publisher, I'm not going to give you another book. I'm not going to even write one. That's the way I'm going to fuck you. And so the result was that in a week or so, I was living in Beverly Glen here as a guest at somebody's home, down and out. He comes and he says, Henry, I want to apologize to you. I've done you a great injury. I said, yes, I know that. Why? What did I do to incur all this? He said, you didn't do anything. You resembled my father, whom I hated. How do you like that, huh? That was his whole excuse. He says, of course, it's no excuse at all, you know. But imagine...
Did you excuse him?
Sure, I could understand that. I hated my mother, you know. I hated her like sin.
Why'd you hate your mother?
Oh, for many reasons.
I mean, always hated her till she died?
Right up with her last breath, you might say.
You never forgave her?
Never forgave her. Never forgave her. Of course, the trouble was that my mother never forgave me for becoming a writer. My mother thought that it was a stupid thing that I became a writer. I should have been a tailor like my father. I should have inherited his business. You understand? And I had a nice business, could have made nice income. Whereas I choose to be a writer. I don't make any money from it. Do you see what I mean? I'm in misery and so on. And that's all she could see of it.
Were you ever successful when she was alive?
Yes, I did become successful, but it didn't mean anything to her, no. It was too late then. Too late. She's already on her way out. But what was I going to tell you about her? Oh, yeah. Imagine this. This is a good story. I returned from France just as broke as when I left. I left with $10 in my pocket, and I had nothing when I came back. Not a cent. I had a trunk. on which I was able to get a room in a hotel down in Greenwich Village on the strength of the trunk. Then I had to begin telephone calls to friends. Listen, I'm back. Can you lend me $5, $10, whatever it was, do you know, to pay my hotel? Now, I visit my folks during this time, and my mother says, well, Henry, how are you doing? Are your books selling? I said, no, I don't have any luck. They're not selling. I didn't make any money. And then she stops a moment, she pauses to think, and she says, you know what? She says, why don't you write a book like Gone with the Wind? And seriously, huh? Yeah. Can you imagine that?
What did she think when she read your books?
She never read them. Neither my father nor my mother ever read a book of mine. Neither one of them.
They never read any one of your
Not
books?
one of them. No. No.
Maybe you were lucky.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. You know, my father only read one book in his whole life, and you would never in the world would guess what it was. Do you know who Ruskin was, John Ruskin? Do you? He wrote The Stones of Venice.
Right.
And it's all about Venice, you know, and the painting of that period. And that's the book my father read. God knows why. I don't know what made him read it. But that's the only book he confessed to ever reading. Think of that. Isn't that amazing? To come from a family like that and to be a literary man, you know, reading all the time.
When did you know you wanted to write if you were from that kind of a family?
I had that feeling from the beginning, from very early on. In my teens, I knew I wanted to be a writer, but I didn't have the courage to begin. I was afraid of it. It frightened me. Right. And I would always say, who am I? And I would say, there's Dostoevsky, Joseph Conrad, Gogol, Tolstoy. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. I'd go down the list. What have I got to say? Do you know what I mean? That killed me.
Well, how'd you start writing?
I started in sheer desperation because I had been pushed down so far that I was mad, like a man going berserk. And I started that Tropical Cancer in that mood. I'm gonna fuck everything, everybody. I'm gonna write just what I please, and I don't care what happens. Doesn't matter if it doesn't ever get published. And that's the spirit in which I wrote it. And that assuaged me,
Were you in the United States at the time, or had you gone to Europe?
Huh?
Were you here, or were you in Europe?
No, in Europe.
Oh, so you had left?
Oh, I had left. Oh, yeah. Sure, I could never have done anything with a book like that in America.
So at first, what did you do in Europe? You just bummed around, or did you try to write at first? Or what did you go to Europe for? Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to write all the time.
Oh.
I wrote many letters at first about my impressions, you know, of Paris, which helped me a great deal. No, but I went to Paris expressly to become a writer.
Oh, I see.
I felt that I could never write here. I've been writing for 10 years here. Nothing was accepted, you see?
Oh, I see.
So I began to think, well, it's useless, hopeless. And I had been to Europe on a pleasure trip for 1 year, all over Europe with my wife. We had robbed some guy of some money.
That's how you had the money to go to Europe?
That's how we had the money, yeah.
How'd you rob him?
Well, in a strange way. My wife pretended that she was a writer, and she would show him my work and say it was hers, and he thought it was marvelous. But then there were only little stories, an essay. He said, do you think you could ever write a book, a novel? And she said, sure I could. And he said, well, if you do, I'll give you a trip to Europe for a year. So she did finally present him with the novel, and he kept his word. And he gave her enough for both of us, you see. You know what I mean?
And what happened to the novel?
The novel got lost.
It got lost?
Got lost.
It'd be worth...
All that was all.
You're kidding.
I'm not joking. I wrote 3 books. They were all lost, the first 3 books. And it's just as well that they were. You know what I mean?
But that would be a classic.
No, because having written The Tropic of Cancer, no one would read those books, I don't think. I was still an amateur, you know.
But it would be an interesting way to see how you evolved.
Yeah, I know that. It would be good from a historical standpoint. Yeah.
Well, you've left your mark on the world, Henry.
Yeah, I know it. And that's why I get the Legion of Honor, don't you know? To come back to that subject.
That's right.
Sure, they know that, don't you know? Not only that, John, there's one thing you don't recognize, I don't think, that I owe a great, great deal to France. I think I owe everything to the first wife who pushed me and made me write and supported me. Then I owe a lot to Anais Nin, whom I met in the early days, who helped me to write and helped me to live. But more than anything, I owe to the soil of France, to the French people, to their way of life, to their way of eating and drinking, do you understand? And to the countryside itself, so marvelous to me. I traveled all over France, you know, just as I did America. And I love France. And I love the French people. I love their way of living, you know. And you see, even if they didn't open their arms and embrace me and give me something to do, at least they let me be. And in America, you're not even left alone, if you understand, you know what I mean. You get pushed further and further down. You see, I was in such terrible condition here in America that I was panhandling on Broadway, New York, at night, waiting for the theater crowd to come out. And then I would go among them and then stop a guy and say, please, could you give me a dime, you know? Or I need a little something. Can you give me something? Sometimes I'd take my hat off and hold it out. You know that? And sometimes I'd come home with nothing in my hat or in my pocket. Nothing. I didn't make a goddamn cent. They could walk past me as if I were a stick of wood, do you know? And I was doing this for about 3 or 4 months. And the thing that cured me, I would have been a panhandler for life, was that one night, I'm coming back home. I got off in Brooklyn, near my home, and it's a slight drizzle. And I see a man coming along toward me with a top hat and an opera cape, do you know? And a cane, swaggering along. And I go up to him, and I give him the same story. And he never stops walking, but just opens his opera cape, puts his hands in his vest pockets, empties them of all the change, nickels, dimes, pennies, threw them in the gutter. The wet rain, you know, there's already a stream running. And I could have killed him, you know. He never noticed me, never said anything to me, as if I were nothing. But he did all that, you see. Then I went to the gutter, and it's already muddy, you know, and I washed the coins clean and put them in my pocket and go home. Then I swore never again will I ask any son of a bitch for help. You know, I was cured.
You did, though?
No, after that I never did.
Never?
No, I didn't. No.
You asked your friends, though.
Well, my friends, I asked all the time, but they weren't much good. My friends didn't give a shit whether I starved or not. I had that kind of friends who would say, Henry, listen, I had a friend who we grew up together in the street. And then when he's 21 or so, he gets a nice job with the Minerva automobile from Belgium. It was like the Rolls Royce. He's in the saloon where they show the cars. He's the manager now of the place. I'm in New York, panhandling. I've been begging all day to get something. And no, I didn't get anywhere. Besides, I didn't have the nickel to ride home in the subway. So I think of, oh, Bob works near here. And I stop off at the showroom. I had 2 cents in my pocket. I said, Bob, could you do me a favor? He said, sure, what is it? I said, I need 3 cents to make up a nickel to get into the subway. Well, he says, sure I can. And he takes out a purse and counts out 3 pennies. I was so furious, I took my 2 pennies and his 3.
Another sunny day in L.A. The human landscape is a weed garden of belching exhaust, sewage sludge, chemical waste, and assorted pollution, laced with a dash of pesticide for that final touch of je ne sais quoi. As we drive our metal machines, water our lawns of bluebells, and drown our decoupage glue and bacon grease down the sink, we leave behind a well-lit path of gluttony and greed, the sweet aftertaste of the sugar-fried appetites of modern America, a plethora of pungent fumes that pave the road to the 21st century. Here's a happy homemaker basking in the routines of modern living. She is, by all accounts, unaware of the environmental cheese monster she has become. If she just filled her sink with suds, scrubbed the slime off of her dishes, and then rinsed, she'd save 20 gallons of water. If she just wet her brush, turned off the water, and rinsed her mouth after she removed the sludge from her teeth, she'd have saved 10 gallons. If she took that heap to a self-service car wash, or used a bucket and a sponge, use a bucket or a sponge. Instead of letting the hose water her dead lawn, she'd save 100 gallons. Each time she cranks that toilet, she uses 5 to 7 gallons. Dropping a small bottle into the tank to reduce the amount of water the tank holds is just what the toilet doctor ordered. Beach, an oasis of sand, serves polystyrene cups, baby diapers, and assorted delicacies for big, beefy barbecues. The savory taste of a hot dog and liquid refreshment made of unknown substances. And that styrofoam cup will never disappear. It won't age and wrinkle like you do. It'll be just as pert and pretty in the year 3000 as it is now, buried alive in the landfills that dance beneath our feet, exploding its gases into the air above and eating the ozone layer for lunch. Good a sunny and pleasant attitude can make you feel about your planet.
I will stop living like a hulking pig and start saving the earth.
Death to environmental cheese monsters.
In Antarctica, the daddy penguin sits on an egg, while the mommy penguin waddles back to the ocean for food. Until she returns, he won't eat a thing. I bet he gets hungry.
Today there's talk about a gold rush on the riches of the South Pole. To prevent this environmental tragedy, Greenpeace is now working to have Antarctica declared the world's first world park. If this delicate ecosystem is disturbed, she may never return.
Greenpeace.
Going down the road, black shadow in the night, yeah. Going down the road, black shadow show the light. Evening star, I can't see where you are, yeah. Evening star, show me where you are. 'Cause there's a tornado blowing, and danger is the tune, yeah. The children are dying, the snow is falling soon. Sacred is our mother, yes, sacred is our land. A tornado is blowing, on united we will stand. And pine, oak, and maple, the lizard, snake, and stone, yeah. Quiver at the omen, the arrows pointing home. Home where the heart is, home in the womb. Is there time for stillness? Is there still the time? 'Cause a tornado is blowing and danger is the tune, yeah. The children are dying, the snow is falling soon. Did you ever feel like you have been under the spell of a magician? Did you ever feel full of light and grace and hope for the whole of the human race? I got the power, yeah, yeah, I got the power, you know. Do you have the answer? Let me know. Because there's too many children suffering, too many people dying. Little baby, stop crying. Did you ever feel like you have been under the spell of a magician? Did you ever feel full of light and grace and hope for the whole of the human race? I got the power, yeah, yeah, I got the power, you know. Do you have the answer? Let me know. Because there's too many people suffering, too many children dying. Little baby, stop crying. Sacred is our mother, sacred is our land. A tornado is blowing, on the united we will stand. And pine, oak, and maple, the lizard, snake, and stone, they quiver at the omen, the arrows pointing home. Home where the heart is, home in the womb. Is there time for stillness? Is there the time? Thinking of homeless people all over this country and all over the world right now. I got a beautiful blanket, clean, warm. I got an oil burner behind me. And a lot of people don't have rugelach in the oven and 2 roast chickens and everything else that we're blessed with.